Oh, do I feel good tonight? What is up, universe? It's your boy, the coach. For the next 60 minutes, you know what time it is. It's prime time live only on Stadium. Wherever Stadium is, so are we. Amazon Prime Video, YouTube TV, Roku TV, watchstadium.com, the Stadium app. We are everywhere. Now, it's been, in all honesty, the most exciting Sunday of the entire year so far. So many incredible finishes that we'll get to in just a couple of minutes with the best crew in the business. But as always, live updates right off the top of the show. 5 games still in action. Buffalo, they are finishing things off in Seattle. Seahawks, who are they? 31-10. They're going to lose. Washington, Chicago, a barn burner in the nation's capital. 12-7. Still almost the entire fourth quarter to go there. The Chargers up 19-8. About 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter over the Saints. And Denver putting it on Carolina. Once again, the Broncos, maybe they're a little bit better than we thought, 28-7. And just now to my left, I keep telling you guys every single week, you got to play my Kansas City Chiefs. They go up by 14, pinning the extra point, 27-13 in Las Vegas. So without further ado, you know we got a lot to get to. It's one of the most historic rivalries in the history of the National Football League tonight. Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys 3-3. On the road at the 3-4 San Francisco 49ers. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got the best crew in the business. It's time for the picks. We are going 5 wide tonight here on Stadium and Amazon Prime. And ladies and gentlemen, we have two brand new members of the Prime Time crew. So ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, he is fantastic. He's my brethren at the PGA Tour. He works in NYC, the Big Apple. Please welcome and put it into the chat. Let him know how happy we are that he is here. Mr. Jeffrey Eisenband, good evening, sir.
Thank you for having me, Coach. And, we were talking before. No Giants today, so my head is clear. I'm able to focus on everything that we're talking about. A team called the Cowboys. Excited for it.
See, your Giants are playing on Monday Night Football tomorrow night against the Steelers. Of course, we're going to be primetime live then. Now, I can't say the same for Big Tommy C. You've been on the morning show. You're a vet. You're an OG. But your Yankees are down 0-2. What's good, Tommy?
You had to start off with that, huh, Coach? You're going to make me go on a rant later on or what?
No, that's not till Wednesday. That's not till Wednesday.
Okay. All right. Welcome. Thank you. And welcome, Jeff.
I dodged it. I got a Yankees helmet behind there, too. I dodged that question off the bat.
Well, we all know that Giants fans are also Yankee fans as well. All right. He is our numbers guy, Rafael Esparza. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, crew. Good evening, Jeff. Welcome to the crew. Should be a fantastic evening. It's going to be a busy evening for me, but it should be a fantastic evening overall.
All right, very good. Now, AB, he's my partner, our 5-tool player. Now, AB, I got to start with you. So many crazy finishes today. Let me throw a few out at you. You tell me what surprised you the most. Jameis Winston outplaying Lamar Jackson and the Browns winning. The Eagles pounding the Bengals by 20. The Lions scoring 52, but yet Jared Goff only had 85 yards passing. It didn't make any sense. What surprised you the most, sir?
Well, first off, the Lions did not surprise me whatsoever. Jeff, what's up, man? Welcome in. Look, I would say Jameis, but the way that it went down, right? Like, I would have thought Cleveland would have needed to keep that game low scoring, in order to win it. But they won what, 29-24? Was that the final? Yeah. Dude, solid game, man. Now you're wondering if you're the owner, all right, if you're Haslam, you're saying, I paid $200-something million for what?
Well, they also something that was under the radar we missed on the morning show today is that Ken Dorsey took over the play calling duties, and all of a sudden, Jameis Winston throws for over 300 yards. Hey, Mr. Head Coach, how about we do that 3 weeks ago? Can we one time? All right, Jeffrey, let me come back over to you because we also had late field goals today. Packers 30-27. Cardinals win in Miami 28-27. What was your biggest surprise today, sir?
Well, I'll move, I guess. I was surprised that the Browns were able to get it done, but also walking away from that Eagles-Bengals game, a true beatdown by the Eagles. They ran away with that thing at the end, and I'm looking at the NFC going, Are the Eagles now the clear number 2 seed? Is there a path, with the Buccaneers, what they've lost? I walked away from that thinking, other than the Lions, this is the number 2 team in the NFC that we're looking at. Maybe that's a big overreaction to one game, but the way that Jalen Hurts was able to dictate the ball, both passing and rushing the football. I know a lot of fantasy owners feel like they didn't get their Saquon Barkley touchdown today because Hurts kept running it in, but I thought I was impressed. Again, I don't want to say this being in New York, but I was impressed with the Eagles today, and they seem to have figured it out after a few weeks.
I don't think it's an overreaction at all. It's 3 straight wins last week, 28-3 over your Giants. And then today, they're basically 37 straight. I mean, it was incredible. 27-7 in the second half. So I agree with you on that one. Big Tommy, I know you're a huge Sunday afternoon fan. You love your butt on that couch. What'd you like today?
Well, you know what I love today, Coach? Because I live in the Northeast. I'm a Giant fan, and they anointed this team, the New York Jets, to win the Super Bowl in July with the biggest compiler of stats of all time. Mr. Aaron Rodgers. They get Hassan Reddick. Let's see, Quentin Williams. They get Adams, and they lose to the Patriots today. What an embarrassing loss by the Jets, and they're just about out of it right now, Coach. And I love it.
I don't even know what to say about the Jets. Raphael, talk to me.
Well, you know me, Coach. I have multiple TVs on. I'm watching all the games. But you know what else happened and no one realized? The process was trusted today. The Indiana Pacers were 8-point favorites at home, and they lose to the Sixers.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You are not bringing up an NBA October game on Primetime Live. No, I will not allow it.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. All right, I'm going to trust tonight. Let's get into it. Sunday Night Football, and this is a big one, AB, and this is a big one. San Francisco, they've lost a bunch of guys. Brandon Ayuk out for the season. Pearsall, he got shot in the chest 50 days ago, and he's going to kind of be the number 1 guy tonight. This keeps going up. It's shocking me. -5.5, the total sitting on 48. What's your original take?
The original take is going to be this, that the game plan here and the scripts are going to be that San Francisco has to keep this thing relaxed, all right? 1 heartbeat per minute, slow, keep Dallas bored in this game. Dallas, you got to pull a little smoke show, man. You're going to have to do things on defense that look different. You're going to have to throw San Francisco off. You're going to have to hit some big plays. You're going to have an equalizer here and force chaos on a team that wants to just go out and be methodical. If Dallas could do that, they could whoop San Francisco's ass tonight. But they have to be able to do that, and they have to do it early.
Can you please give me a real classic AB whoop that ass for us, please, at the start of the show?
Ass!
Thank you very much. That makes me feel good. Now, Raphael, you're my numbers guy. I'm coming over to you. How come this thing has gone up damn near 2 points throughout the week? This morning, it was still at 4. What's happened?
Yeah, it's going to probably continue to go now that these afternoon games are going. The public's favored and over. 2 6s are already up. We'll probably see more 6s. And it's just because San Francisco got a little bit healthy. And then people have watched Dallas Cowboys football games this year. They know how that defense is. But if this one gets higher than 6, maybe 6.5, I might have to sprinkle some boys' money because I can see them cover. I can see 49ers winning by 4 points.
Oh, very interesting. Jeffrey, let me come over to you because when you're coming off a bye week and you've had all 3 of your wins on the road, I would think that more people would be on the Cowboys, but why do you think they are not?
Because I just don't think the Cowboys are that good this year. And I think that people see through that right now. They've seen the Cowboys. I mean, they see what they did last week against the Lions, but they've also seen that the Cowboys can't run the football right now. I know Rico Dowdle has given them some juice. He's kind of revived a running game that, if we remember at the start of the season, Ezekiel Elliott, it's like they forgot in Dallas what had happened a couple of years ago. They brought back Ezekiel Elliott, who was middling around with the Patriots last year to try to get the run game going. And I think that's really affected Dak Prescott. It's just the reason that nothing has really been able to get off the ground in Dallas. Obviously, they've had some injuries on the defensive side of the football. But remember, in this Mike McCarthy, Kyle Shanahan era, the 49ers have now won the last 3 meetings between these 2 teams. And I think from a coaching standpoint, when you look at the Niners, sure, they lose Brandon Ayuk. But at the end of the day, both these teams, not where they expected to be at this point. When push comes to shove, I trust Kyle Shanahan a lot more at home than I do Mike McCarthy right now.
I'm listening to everything Jeffrey just said. If I'm a member of the crew sitting at home tonight, I'm very worried. I think of 2 words, Wally Pip. You know. Now, let's get into our picks because we got some dissension in the ranks tonight, AB. I'm going to start with yours, but Jeff and Tommy, they're getting ready to fight as we show our screen tonight. But, AB, you got one play here on the straight plays. What do you like?
Well, I'll tell you this. It's like county jail. Everybody that's brand new, you got to get out there and fight first. That's what you got to do in front of everyone. All right, look, man, I'm going to go Cowboys-49ers over 2.5 turnovers here, -115, and I'll tell you why. Interceptions are going to happen tonight, but fumbles are going to happen too. The San Francisco 49ers, as we live off of oxygen, they live off punching the football out of a running back or wide receiver's hands. And that's how they get down. And that's really kind of how they energize themselves in their defense. They haven't been doing it, but I think they're getting back to it tonight. So you're going to see that punch coming on the ball. So doesn't matter. Fumbles, interceptions, however we get turnovers, take over 2.5.
All right, very good. That's a good place to start. Raphael, you're on the Cowboys. You're on a little fast start for both teams. Give them to me.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 6-point teaser. I'm going to take the Cowboys plus 11.5 and over 42. We should see some points scored on it just because of AB says. I think we see some defensive points scored from that. 49ers 2-9 against the spread in their last 11 home games. I don't trust them at home. They're still all banged up. My second one, Cowboys 49ers under first quarter. That's how you really dig the spoon in the coach's back. Dig that under on Sunday Night Football. I like the under 9.5 points in the first quarter. 49ers have started off slow all season long. I can see a 6-0 going into the first quarter. I'll take the under 9.5 first quarter.
Did you say the spoon into my back? Is that what you just said? That doesn't feel good at all. All right, now we got to come over to our two newbie primetime players because Tommy C., I'm going to let you go first with your 3 plays, and then I'm going to give the floor to Jeff because clearly you two are on opposite sides of the fence. And those of you watching at home, this is why we tell you hashtag it pays to watch live. It's not just about check marks all across the screen. It's about the information, and you use it for how you see fit. So, Tommy, 3 plays, you're up.
All right. Any other time, Coach, this would be a big-time, prime-time game, but there's a lot of guys hurt, and there's one guy that's not hurt. And this is the reason why I took the Cowboys is CeeDee Lamb. He could be a huge asset to the Cowboys tonight. He could make some big plays. Dak's going to look to him a lot. The running game's not great, but I think with just CeeDee Lamb there and the on the other side of the 49ers, there's not much really talent there besides Pearsall, who got shot, right? And he's not up to 100% at all. So that's my point is that CeeDee Lamb is top 10 receivers in the NFL, if not maybe top 5. So that's one of the reasons why. And I think Dak is going to make a nice little comeback. He's going to have a good game after the 49ers. They're ashamed. They're a proud franchise. Even though I'm not a big Cowboy fan, I'm a Giant fan. But I think they're going to come out smoking tonight. And
right.
I think it's going to go over, too, because I think there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff going on in this game tonight, and there's going to be a lot of points scored.
My man, Tommy C., 3 big plays. You see them on the screen right there. All right, Jeffrey, you've got exactly 1 minute to explain yourself.
Well, I touched a little bit on the Niners already, but just for this with the Cowboys, they've won 3 games this season. They beat the Browns, they beat the Giants, and they beat the Steelers with Justin Fields in a game that the Steelers probably should have won. So when you think about when they've played good offenses, the Saints, when they had Derek Carr, the Ravens, the Lions last week, CeeDee Lamb played in that game. It didn't matter much for the Cowboys. They just haven't shown up. So then when it comes down, what I also had on there was under 48 points. These are 2 teams that aren't scoring as much as they, you come to think of them. The 49ers right now, they're scoring 25.7 points per game. The Cowboys, 21 points per game. I think these teams, there's going to be a lot of field goals tonight. I think there's a lot of feeling each other out. The Niners haven't played at the same pace without Christian McCaffrey. So I think it's going to be a lower scoring game with the Niners winning by, like I said, at least 5.5 points. I got this 23-16.
All right. Even give us an exact score. All right, so take that information. If you like Tommy, play the Cowboys. You like Jeffrey, play the 49ers. If you like a first quarter, that's why you listen to the information. My crappy day continues. I'm right on the cusp of perfection, and everything is missing. The Raiders just scored a touchdown, 2:03 to go, so it's going to be a 7-point game. Obviously, I'm getting 8.5, 9, whatever. But, it's always the way it's been. We had Mahomes over 20.5 rushing yards. He's sitting on 20. That's the way my day has gone, but we have a crew for a reason. We're just getting started here on Primetime Live on Stadium and Amazon Prime. Still to come, the no-fly zone, quarterback matchups, running back matchups, receivers. Also, who's going to get into the club? It's Stadium Live in Primetime. All right, all of you degenerates out there that watch on our YouTube channel. By the way, on the way in, you know the drill. Hit that like button. It really helps the show grow. AB, I need myself a little parlay because I do like the Cowboys tonight. What do we got?
Parlay time. We're going to have some fun with this one. All right, first one, all two legs here. All right, Cowboys plus 5.5. CeeDee Lamb, anytime touchdown, plus 205. All right, Cowboys, let's move that to plus 10. Dak Prescott, 25-plus rushing yards or more, plus 700. Okay? Are you going to go big? Cowboys money line, Dak Prescott, 3+ passing touchdowns, plus 900. Raphael, on to you first. What do you got?
I love me some parlays, and I love me the last one because I had to pay for Taylor Swift tickets that I had to cost yesterday. Give me the Cowboys money line, Dak Prescott, 3 passing TDs. Give me that 9-1.
Buddy, if you're paying for Taylor Swift tickets, you're going to have to add a couple more legs onto that one. 2 legs are going to do it for you. All right, Jeff, throw it over to you, man. Which parlay you like?
I'll take that middle one, plus 700. Cowboys plus 10. Dak Prescott, 25+ rushing yards. I think it's going to be a tighter game, low scoring. I'll take the Cowboys in that plus 10 range. And then Dak, like I said off the top, the rushing game hasn't been there for the Cowboys. So someone's got to get loose. Maybe a couple option plays, maybe something interesting from the Cowboys. I'll take the plus 700.
All right, I like it. Big Tom, what do you like, bud?
I'm going to take, CeeDee Lamb, the plus 205 to get a touchdown anytime. He's a big-time guy, and I think he's going to really show up tonight.
Okay, Coach, where are you going?
I'm following Mr. Eisenman. I like that plus 700. I think Dak's going to do everything in his power to get the job done tonight, including using his legs. I'll take the second one.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going with the second one as well. Love that, moving the spread up to 10 and 25+ rushing yards, because if you need plus 10, that means he's probably not kneeling the game out there at the end. So I'll take that 25+. Yep.
I'm going to be facing that right now, AB. The Chiefs just got the onside kick, and I hear you in my head going, 3 kneel downs, and he's sitting on my number. Just not my day. Not my day. It is what it is, though. I mean, we're right there. Just not my day. Garrett Wilson, 5.5. He settled on 5. It is what it is. All right, we are back on Stadium and Amazon Prime in just 5 seconds. All right, we are back here on DTL Primetime Live. It is Sunday Night Football. It's the Cowboys. It's the 49ers. It's Dak. It's Brock Purdy. And we've got so many matchups to break down. We still have our props to come in about 16 minutes or so. And I got to tell you, though, if you're new to our little show, and I see the live number right now, it's absolutely amazing. So there's so many new people that come into the show. But there is one thing we do that's better than anybody else. One thing that we do that's different than anybody else. And it's very simple. 3 words. No Fly Zone.
Let's start by breaking down the Dallas Cowboys pass offense with Dak Prescott. You can see there on the right how he did last week, or 2 weeks ago, actually, against the Detroit Lions. There's 15 for 33. Take a look at the 49ers secondary rankings there, all right? Second, the NFL short left, 24th short mid. You could read. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. This Dallas Cowboys offense is built on the pass because, as Jeff mentioned earlier, there is no run game. They don't have it at all, not only with running backs, but with the offensive line as well. This is a passing offense that is going from left to right, and specifically in the middle. CeeDee Lamb is one of the best slot wide receivers in the NFL, and that's why you see so many green dots across the middle. This is a yak offense, yards after catch. Flip that screen. Let's take a look here. Dak Prescott, where he ranks in quadrants over his career compared to the rest of the NFL, all right? Not bad. Dak Prescott can make every throw in the NFL, but it's getting his rhythm out of timing and flushing him out of the pocket. Short left, there could be trouble. Deep left, serious trouble. Deep to intermediate mid, a lot of trouble. And even to the short right, because like we said, this is a left to right offense. What you want to do, flip this last one here, is move CeeDee Lamb from the left slot side. All right, little skinny post across the middle, slants, and then cut it up, looking like a 7 route there. Deep intercontinental routes. Now, potential game scripts. Throw right at the rush. They're going to bring a rush at you. The way to beat it is to throw right at it. Go right over its head, and then you will bring that rush back. All right, completions in the yak game. Short passes, short passes, short passes. Don't try to go crazy and go deep. Do it a couple times, but not too many only at the right time. Elevated tight end looks, use them. They can catch the ball and it's safe. And when Dallas, watch this, when Dallas gets to midfield around the 40s, go up tempo, get right on the ball, and do not let San Francisco bring in reprieves on the defensive side. Make them suck air. Go up tempo, go quick, and that will create your run game. 3.5 stars to throw an interception. Now, over to Brock Purdy here. Look, Brock Purdy can make pretty much every throw as well. Cowboys secondary, not great short, very good deep. But good thing for Brock, he didn't need to throw deep tonight. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, short passes. Flip it over here. Brock Purdy does not have the quadrant charts that Dak Prescott does, but it's okay. Again, a left to right short passing attack is exactly what Brock Purdy needs. All those areas deep, buddy, a perfect game is you not having to throw to any of them. But I'm actually concerned for Brock Purdy tonight. Flip it to the last one here, because I think Dallas is going to bring some smoke and mirrors, all right? Brock, throw the ball away. If it's not there, throw the ball away. Pre-snap motion. Watch this, especially in the first half. There will be guys moving on the line on every play for San Francisco. That allows Brock Purdy to see the rush and see the defense and adjust accordingly. Punts are okay. Turnovers are not. Run the ball, control the pace. 3.5 stars for Brock as well.
All right, we've got 2 3.5 stars for both quarterbacks tonight. That means we probably should play at least one over half an interception. A couple updates real quick before we break down both quarterbacks here outside of the no-fly zone. The Chiefs, AB, we got 3 kneel downs.
Oh, there it is.
For Patrick Mahomes, so he's going to lose 2 or 3 yards at the end of the game. The Chiefs will not cover 27-20. I can't even remember the total in that game, but the Chiefs are going to improve to 7-0. They remain the only undefeated team in the National Football League. And some people in the chat are like, Chicago's terrible. They were great before today. Caleb Williams, though, not playing good, not even 100 yards passing. Jaden Daniels has 250, so he is really outplaying. But it's 12-7, and the Bears have the football back, so that one is not over yet. All right, Raphael, let me come back over to you as we throw up the comparisons between two quarterbacks that are absolute stars in this league. Everybody knows who they are. These are the numbers according to DraftKings, because so many people love playing quarterback props. Anything you see based off of what you think a quarterback script will look like tonight?
I think the 49ers are going to be running the ball. So the attempts for Brock Purdy under 31.5 screams at me. And this is another thing that we're looking at with no yellow on there. So there's nothing really sticking out. But that one stuck out to me. I think the 49ers are going to run and try to keep that Cowboy offense off. That's why I'm leaning towards the under on this game at 47.5 as well. But 31.5 seems under.
It does. But, Jeff, I hate playing unders when it comes to attempts, because if crazy happens and Dallas is up by 7 or 10 points, then what has to happen? They have to start throwing the football. So if I was leaning into attempts, I would go over with Dak, because I think the Cowboys have punted with their running game, and we'll compare the running backs here in just a little bit. But I think tonight, if I was to pick one bet out of these, it's going to be Dak Prescott over 34.5 pass attempts. Your thoughts?
Yeah, that's what I have as one of my props tonight, because it's easy to look at it and say, oh, well, the numbers, it's 50-50, right? He's only done that 3 out of 6 times this year. But one of those games was that he went one of the 3 games that he went under was the first game against the Browns, where the Cowboys barely threw. I don't even know if they threw a pass in the second half of that game. And then last week he got taken out and didn't play at the end of the game because they were getting blown out. So the one true time that Dak Prescott was under 34.5 attempts, that was against the Giants. That was kind of a weird, wonky Thursday night, run the ball sort of game. So we've talked about it all night. The Cowboys offense should be one that throws. He should throw over 34.5 times, unless it's a blowout, which I don't think it will be tonight.
We'll have all of our props in about 8 minutes, just past the bottom of the hour, right here on Primetime Live. Big Tommy, I'm coming over to you, sir, because Dak got his bag. He got his $60 million here. Now he has to prove it. Brock Purdy is a guy that, when you talk about San Francisco and all the guys that haven't got their money, you're staring at him. Is he worth it in your mind? And does he need to start? I mean, at 3-4, Seattle lost today. So if they win tonight, they could be tied for first place. Any more pressure on Brock Purdy tonight, Tommy?
There's big time pressure on Brock Purdy, and the Rams won on Thursday night, Coach. So they're back healthy again. They're back in the race again. So I think Brock and the whole San Francisco team knows there's going to be a lot of competition going on in that West Division over there. And Brock he hasn't been playing great lately, Coach. And I think he has to pick it up. He just looks very unsure of himself. I watched him in the Kansas City game, and I know it's Kansas City, but he just didn't look sure of himself. Not the confident guy that I used to see. So he needs to pick up his game a lot tonight.
I think a part of the reason for that, Tommy, is that he had a lot of wide receivers like Pierce Hall that he hasn't played a lot with so far this year. He had one time, one of his interceptions was Pierce Hall turned around here and he threw the ball over there, and it's not a lot of practice time. But, AB, let me come over to you because Mark, part of Weekend Wagers, that drops every single Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, he says that Purdy over 237.5 has hit 71% of the time so far this season. Do we lean into that?
Yes, completely agree. Because, look, Brock Purdy throws the ball, and he is not on some sort of a leash, right? Like, his chart is open. He can throw it where he wants to, and it's longer than 10 yards of a passing offense. Here's the deal. I like Brock Purdy overs in almost every category, and I'll tell you why. Because if you're Dallas, you put 10 people at the line of scrimmage. If you let San Francisco run, there's zero chance you could win this game. That's it. You have to force them to throw. Now, they can light you up in the air too, but that's the only shot that you have. And I think that Dallas knows that. I'm not saying it works. I'm just saying they try it because that's the only route to winning. So I actually like Brock Purdy passing yards. I like his attempts, and I love his completions. 20.5. That's a very attainable number.
All right, very good. We'll keep our eye on those numbers. Again, we have our props coming up in about 8 minutes. We got about 3 minutes left in this segment. I want to hit on one of the games that's still in limbo, so to speak. Raphael, this came down to a 1-point spread. I'm talking about the Bears and the Commanders, and it's very important for both teams in their divisions. Commanders are first place, so now the Bears have it inside the red zone. If Caleb Williams can lead this game-winning drive, would you say that he outplayed Jaden Daniels today?
Probably not, because people are going to look at stats. But don't forget, it was 2.5 all week long and it flipped over. So the books are feared of getting middle right now. And I have that middle number. So I'm hoping the Bears go so I can cash both my tickets. So I'm a little anxious.
Why is it always about you? Why is it always about you, Raphael? I don't get it.
Because everyone makes fun of me about middling all the time. And now I'm cashing 2 tickets instead of 1.
That is true. You love to middle yourself something. Jeffrey, let me come over to you. Number 1 and number 2. Who do you think has been better? And today, it's not the prettiest game at 12-7, but this is going to show us a lot on who has the guts to get it done in the final 2 minutes.
I just think, Jaden Daniels has just been so much better. I think that this game is giving me a lot of shades of that Giants-Commanders game earlier this year when the Commanders won without scoring a touchdown. It looks like the Commanders are going to do it again. I've probably been most impressed with the Commanders defense, though. I'll tell you a little fantasy story that I picked up the Chicago Bears defense earlier this week, thinking all week, if that's not Jaden Daniels, if that's Marcus Mariota, I'm sitting pretty. I flipped about at noon today to the Commanders defense, knowing that Jaden Daniels was going to play, thinking, look, now it's on. I feel more comfortable with the defense going against Caleb Williams as opposed to Jaden Daniels. And the way that Caleb Williams, I watched a lot of the first half of that game. Caleb Williams could not deal with the pressure that the Commanders were throwing at him. And the Bears have tried to adjust. But even as they're trying to run a 2-minute drill right now, that concerns me about Caleb Williams. He loves to escape the pocket and has these dazzling plays where he's able to survive and get rid of the football. But that's not how you play quarterback in the NFL at the end of the day. You got to move forward. And he hasn't shown that he can do that yet, except against teams like, let's say, the Carolina Panthers and some of those other opponents that the Bears have played this year.
All I heard was the F word.
All I heard was this, and I got one question for everybody watching at home right now. Do you want to do the work? Are you kidding me right now? That last 60 seconds? Get out your paper. Get out your pencil and write it down. Pay attention. Hashtag educate and entertain. That's why Jeffrey Eisenband is here. Soupy, you're somewhere out there in fantasy land. Oh, big boy. I don't know, big boy, if you're going to be back on Friday. We're going to have Mr. Eisenband doing it. All right, under 50 seconds to go. 4th and 3, the game on the line for the Chicago Bears. We'll update we'll update in the break on our YouTube channel. Still to come, we're breaking down running backs. We're breaking down wide receivers. We're breaking down props We're having a good time. 2 new members tonight, absolutely killing it. It is prime time live on Stadium, Amazon Prime. All right, you degenerates, we continue on, and there is a flag in the end zone. It's going to be on Washington, so Chicago will get a first and goal. We'll see if it's at the 2 or not. We'll keep our eye on that. 31 seconds to go. Pass interference will be at the 2-yard line. First and goal for Chicago. All right, AB, let's go to the home side for the parlays, sir.
49ers side. Now, real quick, want to answer a question in the chat. Where can you bet total turnovers in a game? DraftKings, defense, special teams. Scroll down. You'll see total turnovers over or under 2.5, minus 115 each side. That's where you find it. Now, 49ers, all right? 3 parlays here. First one, 49ers money line, just win the game. Deebo Samuel, anytime TD, plus 200. 49ers, we'll move that number to minus 3. Jordan Mason, 2+ touchdowns, plus 375. And then going big, 49ers minus 5.5. Deebo Samuel, 100+ receiving yards, plus 1,000. Raphael, all right, are you middling on parlays to pay for Tay Swift tickets?
Probably not, because I have to collect cans after the show for that too. But I'm going to take 49ers minus 3 and Jordan Mason 2+ touchdowns. I want nothing to do with Samuel. And anything is how healthy is he?
How healthy is anybody? All right, Jeff, what do you got, bud?
I'll go big. I'll go plus 1,000 because I already have that 49ers minus 5.5. We're going to get to, when we talk about the props, some of the ways that Deebo Samuel has performed when he has played without Brandon Ayuk. And look, if he's playing, if he's out there, then I think you gotta lean into him a little bit. So I'm going to take that 100+ receiving yards, go big, plus 1,000.
All right, going big. The same thing the Yankees are going to do. Game 3, Monday night, 8:08 Eastern. Big Tom. All right, where are we going in this one?
I got to go with the Jordan Mason plus 375 because I think they're really going to key on DB Samuel. The secondary of the Cowboys are going to really key on him, and I think they can't stop the run, so I'm going with that.
All right, there we go. Blue Line Haas, I see the chat. What's up, buddy? Hey, I'm going to get with you. I know you're coming to Nashville. Can't wait to see you. Coach, which way you going?
I'm going to go that middle one, too. Jordan Mason is going to have a big night tonight, I think, as well. I think it's going to be a lot of points, so plus 375.
All right, I'm going to the top one here. I'm going to keep it simple.
I like it a lot. All right, those are our parlays from both sides, and we do have an update coming up right now as we cross the bottom of the hour. We are back on Stadium and Amazon Prime in just 3 seconds. All right, we are back on Stadium. We have crossed the bottom of the hour. I've got the best crew in the game here tonight, myself, AB, Raphael, 2 new members of the primetime crew, Jeffrey Eisenband and Big Tommy C. Quick update, Chicago got a penalty, got a first down at the 2. They run it in on second down. They get the 2-point conversion. So with about 25 seconds to go, Chicago looks like they're going to go to Washington, get the job done. What an incredible win. Not the prettiest win, but an incredible win for the Bears and Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels did play over 250 yards passing, but they have 25 seconds and 1 timeout to get it far enough for a last-second field goal attempt to tie the game. All right, we've done our straight picks at the top of the hour, but there's a lot of you that don't like straight picks. You simply like to prop it up. All right, here we go. So, Mr. Jeffrey Eisenband, I'm coming over to you, big boy. You've got 3. You've already talked about your pass attempts. What are your other 2?
Yeah, so I have Deebo Samuel over 4.5 receptions. We talked a little bit about his health. Is that a concern? Sure. But the fact that he's dressed, the fact that he's getting out there, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Last year, played a game without Brandon Ayuk, 6 receptions in that game, 129 receiving yards and a touchdown. Actually, had 12 targets in that game. The only other time he's played without Brandon Ayuk, you actually have to go back to 2020. He had 13 targets in that game. Don't know if you can put that necessarily into the sample size, but the bottom line is without Brandon Ayuk, without Christian McCaffrey, if Deebo Samuel is putting on a jersey and he's playing out there, they are going to throw him the football. So that number at 4.5, even if it goes to 5.5, I like the over with that. The other prop that I have there, George Kittle, anytime touchdown. Okay, George Kittle's played 6 games this year. He has 5 touchdowns. He scored a touchdown in 4 out of 6 games. So you see it at plus 125. I'm not saying that George Kittle, I'm not ready. No, I don't know if I'm ready to say that he'll score in 9 out of 17 games this year. But at plus 125, you're getting plus odds on something that has happened more than the majority of the time this season. Now without Ayuk, still without McCaffrey. He's the guy that they look for time and time again in the red zone. And we're starting to get into that picture that we were in a couple of years ago, right? When George Kittle was in his peak, when that number had minus odds before games. So you could still get it at plus 125. So I still like the odds there of George Kittle anytime TD.
You know what I like about this so much is that the Cowboys defense has shown that anybody running in the middle of the field, whether it's cross or down, they just can't guard him this year, Jeff. So I love this play. I think Kittle's going to be open early and often tonight. By the way, you're a big hit in the chat. Liddy says, where does Coach find the new guys? Liddy, I'm such a talent seeker. I find them everywhere.
Coach, the bowels of PGA Tour Studios is where I think
true.
it's.
Yeah, if you guys watch PGA Tour Live, you hear the docile tones of Jeff Eisenberg all year long. All right, Raphael, big boy, coming over to you. You also like George Kittle tonight just with his receiving yards, yes?
Yeah, that anytime TD at MGM is plus 130. Offshore has plus 143. So make sure you shop around and get a really, really good number on that. But I like George Kittle's receiving yards. I think he's going to be targeted a lot today. Samuel, he's just coming out of the hospital. How much health can he be? I've had pneumonia. I don't care if you put a jersey on, but I think Kittle is going to be the guy tonight. That's why I like his over receptions at 54 net. He's hit this 3 straight games, 4 out of 5. I think he has a very, very nice evening for the 49ers. And in total field goals over 122.5. Why? Because I love me some kickers. Let's give some kickers some love today. 8 games so far today have all hit this number 122.5. 3 of the afternoon games have not, thanks for the Chicago Bears who missed a couple field goals. I like this one over 122.5. Give us a field goal. Give him a field goal. Give a kicker a hug today.
We're not going to give any kicker. By the way, how did Couville do today? Did he do pretty good today?
No, he didn't do good at all. Couville did not do good, but they won. The Atlanta Falcons won. I was nervous on that one.
There you go. By the way, our guy Dan in the chat says, hey, George Kittle, 2+ touchdowns, plus 1,200. If you like what Jeff's playing, maybe you sprinkle a little bit extra on that 2+. All right, AB, big boy, I love when I see Brock Purdy and a number that I can play. You're up.
Yes, sir. Now, if anybody's ever been to a tailgate at Ole Miss or Mississippi State, anywhere in the state of Mississippi, all right, you got to be careful when you get up, all right, because they only sell hot beer and it stays with you.
Sorry, AB, I got to stop you. A Hail Mary, Washington wins the game.
No.
And he was wide open. He was wide open. I'm sorry, AB. I apologize.
No. Who caught it?
Number 81.
Noah Brown.
You're
my
kidding.
God.
You're kidding.
And he was wide open. How does that happen? Oh my, I got to see the replay. It's just out of the corner of my eye. This is what I love about Primetime Live. We sweat them together. Holy smokes, 18-15. So just like I said, Commanders are a lock. I told y'all. Oh my goodness. All right, here it comes. All right, he wasn't exactly wide open. Oh, it was a tip. That's why it was wide open. It was like 6 guys together. It was 85. 85. Who's 85? I can't see the number, but
Noah Brown.
85. I can't see who that was. But oh my goodness, let's get to the play-by-play here.
Noah Brown, 85.
Yeah. Is it Noah Brown? Okay. Wow, what a finish. That just completely flipped the regular season on its head.
Yeah.
Flipped it on its head.
Yep.
Now the Commanders are going to be 6-2. Wow, Jaden Daniels ran around forever. Like literally probably 10 seconds. Everybody was in the end zone. That's incredible. Oh, Bears. Oh, this one hurts. Chicago Pat. Sorry, big boy. I'm sorry. Holy cow. All right, AB, let me come back over to you. I apologize. Got your 3.
No. Look, like I was saying, the state of Mississippi only sold hot beer. You couldn't get up, all right, because it might come up. But the same thing with playing quarterback plays. And exactly like you just said, Coach, you can't miss one of them because you don't know what's going to happen. You're in on every play. All right, so first off, we're going to start Brock Purdy to throw an interception. All right, that's right. Brock Purdy. We're not playing Dak Prescott. We've got him in the turnovers, but we're playing Brock. I'm concerned a little bit. I think he might get rattled here, and I think the Cowboys might throw some smoke at him, a couple stunts to get him confused. So let me get Brock Purdy there on the interception. Now, rushing attempts for both quarterbacks. Brock Purdy, over 4.5 rushing attempts, minus 115. He's going to have to use his legs, especially if they're down, and especially if they're up. They'll use Brock Purdy on the ground as a perfect decoy to keep Jordan Mason and the A and B gaps flowing. Then Dak Prescott, 2.5 rushing attempts over at plus 130. Dak is going to have to run because this is a magician game tonight. You're going to have to throw all kinds of different things, everything you've got, because that will open up the run game, A and B gaps for Rico Dowdle. So let me get both rushing attempts and Purdy on the interceptions.
No, I love all three plays of those. Chicago Pat says, oh, my God, talk about live betting my butt. We don't ever want to live bet that, Chicago, okay? Let's just hang tight.
Got to keep
there.
that.
We got to keep that. We don't want to live bet that. All right, what an incredibly fun show so far. 18-15, 326 yards for Jaden Daniels, Noah Brown, that last touchdown for the Commanders. All right, our breakdowns of the rushers and the receivers brought to you tonight by a brand new movie that I cannot wait to see in theaters November 8th, this weekend in Taipei.
You said no more secrets.
Shut up and let me drive.
Bring me my wife, and you kill John Lawler. I'm not gonna lose you again.
So you haven't changed a bit.
Thanks.
Weekend in Taipei.
All right, tonight on the ground, we've talked about Jordan Mason already. Let's go ahead and compare the two big running backs, Rico Dowdle on one side, Jordan Mason on the other. AB, let me come over to you. These are the numbers at DraftKings if you want to bet on them. What sticks out to you?
What sticks out is look at the attempts, look at the rushing yards. These are the 1A backs for both teams. It goes to show you the books think Cowboys are in the air, San Francisco's on the ground. So bet accordingly there. However, Jordan Mason longest rush, yeah, that could be solid.
I like that one a lot. Big Tommy, I'm coming over to you, big boy, because these are two guys that with all the injuries we've had for both teams this year that have got the job done. But as you can see on the Cowboys side, at 39.5, that tells us one thing, that the books think there's going to be a lot of passing tonight. Tommy, when you look at these numbers, anything stick out to you, sir?
I got to tell you, I'm on the Jordan Mason side here, man. Anytime TD minus 190. This guy has played really well. Rico Dowdle's okay, but I think Jordan Mason, man, I think they found a nice little running back there in Jordan, and his rushing yards 79, attempts 17. I like him a lot. I think he's a good little running back.
All right, real quick, the chat, they always take care of us. Rico is out, declared inactive, so we'll have to make an audible in our gym picks as well.
And he's out for illness. Yeah, I just did want to break your flow. He's out for illness, a surprise out. Obviously, brutal, man.
That is brutal. Remember last week, Devo, everybody that bet on him, he goes out there, he's got freaking pneumonia on the sidelines, and all of his numbers didn't cash, and he lost those. All right, let's flip over to the receiving now. Raphael, and I'm going to come to you, Jeff, next. We've got CeeDee Lamb, and we got Deebo. Here are their numbers. In my opinion, CeeDee Lamb has to go off early, and he has to go off often tonight. Your take?
Oh, give me anytime touchdown by CD. Giving me plus money, plus 105. You figure he's going to be targeted. I love that plus 105 for anytime touchdown. And 6.5 receptions. I think he goes over that as well. But plus money on anytime TD for CD, I'm all over that.
I agree with you there, big boy. Jeff, I know you're already all in on Deebo, but any other numbers here at DraftKings that you like?
Did no one else take the Deebo in Rico Dowdle out odds at the beginning of the week?
No.
I think I mentioned it before, taking over 4.5 receptions for Deebo Samuel, just because he's got to pick up those, that area that Ayuk leaves. I see there 55.5 receiving yards. If you already think Deebo's going to catch the ball, Deebo doesn't go downfield as much as other number one receivers in the NFL, but in terms of getting those chunk plays, in terms of getting enough, I think he can collect over 55.5 yards. If you agree with me that he's going to pick up the offense and have at least 5 receptions.
I think tonight, I back you on that, Jeff. I think tonight, if you're Kyle Shanahan and he knows that at 3 and 4, they're in a situation they have to win, well, who are you going to go to? You're going to go to your 3 dudes that you can count on. Jordan Mason on the ground, George Kittle in the middle, which you obviously like to score a touchdown, and then Deebo. Let's get back to figuring out how to run plays for Deebo to get him an open field. That's something they haven't done at the beginning of the year, and I think they will do it tonight. So I like Deebo. I also like CeeDee. I'm playing the over in this game, to be quite honest with you. Wow, how much fun has this been? Brent, thank you very much. He says, great show tonight. I agree with you. I think this has been a great show. Love having Big Tommy and Jeff on for the first time tonight. All right, still to come, Who's going to be the next member of the crew to get into the club, pop some bottles, hang out all night, have a big-time hangover tomorrow for DTL in the morning? Is it going to be you? Is it going to be you? We'll find out. We're back on Stadium right after this. All right, you degenerates out there. I just got a text message, by the way, from Max Gresserman, Jeffrey, who collected, just texted me. We've become buddies over the years. $748,000 he won last night in Japan. Congratulations to him. All right,
listen, Coach, if you had 3 top 2s for Max Gresserman this year, you'd cash that now. Hasn't won.
Oh, my God.
But keeps having top 2s.
He does. He's stacking cash. He's just not winning. He's not winning golf tournaments. Me and Jeff could talk golf all night. All right, AB, explain to the new guys what points bands are all about.
Yes, sir. So I won 748,000 tickets at Dave & Buster's last night. Pretty proud of myself as well. All right, points bands here. So you are essentially selecting the final score for each team. If the San Francisco 49ers won 27-24, that would mean 21-30 band would cash for both teams. Makes sense? I won't go through all of them. You can sit there and read them, but I will ask each of you what you're going with on each side. So, Raphael, start us off, buddy.
For the Cowboys, give me the 21-30 plus 160. I can see them probably getting close to that 30 points. But for the 49ers, give me the 11-20, 310. I just don't see how healthy they're going to be able to put points on the board. So that means Rico next week. That means Jeffrey's going to be all over him with Rico numbers since he's sick today, and he'll play next week.
All right, there we go. Now, Big Cheesy, hey, thank you, bud. And I'm in on that showdown with you and Stout for sure. I'm in. All right. Jeff, coming over to you, man. Pick one for each team. What you got?
First of all, right? Betting is all about finding opportunity. If Rico Dowdle's props are going to be down next week, take advantage. In terms of here, I mentioned off the top, I have this 23-16 Niners winning, and I love that the bands give you some flexibility here. So I have the Cowboys 11-20 plus 155, and then the Niners 21-30 plus 135. Again, that over-under is at 48. I have it under, but if you like it, just razor thin under or over. Those bands match up perfectly.
Okay. Now, Big Tom, I think 11-20 on Yankees runs last night or tomorrow night. All right. I think they're going big, but which way are you going
in? Can you put that graphic back up, Coach?
Oh, we got to go. Sorry. We've got to go. I got to take it back. Real quick, Tommy, give me 2. Yeah.
I'll take the go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, I got to take it. We're back on Stadium in 5 seconds. All right, we are back on Stadium. We head towards the top of the hour, what should be, I think, a really exciting Sunday night football game. It's the Cowboys, the 49ers. 9 times in their history, 9 times they have met in the playoffs. 6 times they have met in the NFC Championship game. If you're just joining us right now, first of all, where the hell have you been? Second of all, we watched it live and called it together live. The Chicago Bears lose on the last play of the game after scoring with 25 seconds to go. Commanders come down. Jaden Daniels, Hail Mary to Noah Brown, 52 yards for the win. What an incredible win. I think this game right here is really going to play significant difference when we get to the end of the year with 17 games. All right, before we get to the gym, and we will redo our straight picks one more time, but we quickly have to look forward to our next primetime show. It's tomorrow night. It's Monday night. It's the Giants. So, Jeff, I'm going to let you start because the Giants are your squad, and then, Tommy, I'm coming over to you. The Steelers are coming off an incredible win last week. After the first quarter, Russell Wilson really settled in. They're a first-place team, and now with a win tomorrow night, they could be all alone at the top. They're laying 6, the total at 36. Jeff, your original take.
That 36 over-under is probably right. That's how defensive this game is going to be. But because I think it's going to be so defensive, I'll take the points with the Giants there. I just think that even with Russell Wilson, that was a little bit of a fluke, the final score, because Russell Wilson really did have a difficult first half. So it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think the Giants keep it to 6, although I'm not ready to take that Giants money line.
Okay, so Jeff's going to be a homer and go with his Giants. All right, Tommy, are you going to back your boy up here and also take the Giants and get the +6?
I'm taking the Giants. Coach, this team's a mess, and they don't have Andrew Thomas. They don't score, so I'm taking the points. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be under.
Oh, by the way, AB and Raphael, you knew when Jeff started doing so well on the show. Guess who just showed up in the chat? You knew it. You knew it. Soupy. Showing Daniel Jones like he's actually a good fool. Hey, Shoopy, don't get hot. Don't get hot that you're in the chat. My boy Jeff is in your spot. Don't get hot. That's all I'm saying. Raphael, let me come over to you, big boy. Your original take here.
Keep an eye out for this total. They're betting it over right now. It would not shock me when I wake up, or if I go to bed and wake up, it'd probably be 37. It's 36.5 in most shops. I think people think the Steelers can probably score. They're back-to-back 30-point games for the Steelers offense. So I wouldn't be shocked if the total closes around closer to 38.
Wow. So get in on it now, 20-17. I can see that happening. AB, while you're knocking all these bots out at the same time, what do you think about Monday Night Football?
Yeah, strange that they're NFLCBS.com. That's interesting that they're all those bots. All right. So, you know what I'm betting and looking at for this game? Over 8.5 punts. That's it. I don't want to play anything else than 8.5 punts.
Good call.
I think it's going to be – it'd be the same thing. Look, I'm a Titans fan. I would say the same thing there. Actually, I play it 8.5 interceptions for the Titans. But, yeah, punts, man. Punts.
I mean, you guys have literally almost broken records with Tennessee. You were only the second team in 69 games to allow 17-point lead to drift away, getting 4. And then today, you allow 52 points, and the starting quarterback only had 85 yards pass. That's almost impossible to do.
I know.
It really
Look more
is.
NFLCBS.com bots. That's strange. It's interesting that that Mike Vrabel, what a jerk. How could he ask to have a hand in the personnel for the Titans? What does he know about playing in the NFL?
Yeah.
It's very true. It's very, very true. All right. Very, very quickly, if you weren't here at the top of the show, and I'm looking at our live number, it's incredible. It's grown a lot since 7 Eastern time. So we go through every pick, just one nugget, 10 seconds or less. AB, start with you.
We are going over 2.5 turnovers tonight. Fumbles, interceptions, both teams, they all count. Let's get to 3.
It does not matter. Raphael, talk to me.
6-point teaser, Cowboys plus 11.5 over 42 minus 120. And then the Cowboys 49ers first quarter under minus 9.5 minus 110.
Tommy Carlucci, you're up.
I'm taking the Cowboys plus 5.5, Coach. Big game for them now that they found out the Commanders won. They need this win tonight.
They do. And you're also on the money line. You're on the over 48. Tommy's all in on Dallas.
All in.
You're all in, baby. All right. Jeffrey, talk to me.
I got 49ers minus 5.5. Kyle Shanahan and the Niners have beaten Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys in their last 3 meetings and covered this spread all 3 times. And this game under 48. These are not the offenses that we've seen from these teams the last couple of years. This will be a slower pace, more of a defensive game. They stay under that number.
Last year, 42-10, the Niners beat the Cowboys, the biggest win for the 49ers ever in this particular series. By the way, AB, while us grown men are over here discussing the game, we got 2 girlfriends over in the chat, DG and Soupy, going back and forth with some, what's your excuse? Shut up. Just shut up. All right. Now, it's a very serious part of the program. Tommy, you've never played this. Jeffrey, you've never played this. When I say it's serious, damn it, I mean it's serious. So if you're new to our little program, you got to pick the first touchdown of the game. It's got to be plus 1,000 or higher. You can't take Derrick Henry. You can't take CeeDee. Can't be easy. It's got to be hard. Then you get a little diamond above your name. AB, you were the first one to get it. You're an OG. You get to go first. Who do you like tonight?
Many men. Wish death upon me. Ricky Pearsall plus 1,400. You can shoot the man. It don't matter. He's coming right back and coming right in the end zone. He's taking him like 50 Cent. Also, Kyle Shanahan versus Mike McCarthy shouldn't be legal in this country in terms of play calling, but it is, and we see it tonight.
All right, Raphael, who are you going with tonight, sir?
A little quarterback sneak. That's what I'm going with. Brock Purdy, 20-1. I'll take that one. I'll get in the club, and I won't be able to go into the club because I'll be working.
Oh my God, you got to work all night tonight, don't you? Until after the presidential election. Yeah. Oh my God, it never stops for my numbers guy. It never stops.
So I'll win easily tonight. He'll score like 4 touchdowns, 4 QB sneaks.
You know that's going to happen. Just not the first touchdown. That's for damn sure. Producer man's all over Dalvin Cook tonight. So he like the former Viking to get in the end zone first tonight. Producer man, he's getting very upset behind the scenes. Very, very upset. All right, Tommy Carlucci, who are you hoping to get into the club with?
My sleeper is Chris Connolly plus 2,200, Coach.
All right. Anytime it's over plus 2,000, you got a good shot, but it's not a likely shot.
No.
But yeah, I don't mind. He's not completely down at the bottom.
He's a sleeper. He's a sleeper.
There you go. All right, Jeffrey, who are you going with?
Kyle Juszczyk plus 2,500. Seems like he scores a touchdown or two every year. Scored 2 games ago. How about this? 7 targets in the last 2 games. Niners got to come up with something. No Brandon Ayuk. We'll see how healthy Deebo Samuel is. Maybe a little trick play for Kyle Juszczyk in the red zone.
All I know is this is what we're going to see when it comes to him. We always see whenever Kittle does something or Kyle does something, the cameras go right to where? The wives.
Yeah.
The wives have become superstars on Netflix. Kyle's wife makes all those really cool jackets that Taylor Swift bought, and now everybody buys. And she's got a licensing deal with the NFL. Pays to be the wives. He's got to have some custom gear when he gets a touchdown, Coach. That's why it's got to come. That's what I'm talking about. You're absolutely right, Jeff. You're absolutely right. All right, I'm going to go with Jake Ferguson because he just got back. He missed a bunch of games with injuries, but he is the favorite target that's not named CD Lamb for Dak Prescott. I think they get off to a good start. I think Ferguson over the middle scores. Now, AB, next week, I've got a very important father-son event on Sunday night with my son, JJ. I believe DG is hosting next Sunday night, but yet he's taking shots at me in the chat right now saying, unfortunately, I think Coach gets in tonight with Ferguson. Should I find a different host for next Sunday night, AB?
Jeff's got that hair looking sharp for a reason, boy.
And Big Cheesy apparently is turning on DG too because he said Jeff is my new favorite capper. Oh, DG, Whoa. They're all running away from you. They're all running backward from you, big boy. Oh, there's no loyalty in the chat. Jeff, are you busy next Sunday night around, 7 Eastern?
I'm going to be on my honeymoon the next 2.5 weeks. So I think I'm going to have to, I'm going to rest up and try to come back fresh.
We're sorry.
She can come on.
We're sorry. All right. What a great show tonight. Big Tommy, you're the man. Thank you very much. Jeff, congratulations on the wedding. Have fun on the honeymoon. And understand this, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. Let's take all these Sunday night football tickets straight to the pay window. My attacker, LeBron. My man, Big Tommy C. Jeffrey Eisenband. My numbers guy, Rafael Esparza. AB, never forget about producer man behind the scenes, making the show look like $1 million. I am the coach. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about. Remember, we're live tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., right here on Stadium, and tomorrow night, also on Stadium. It's DTL in the morning and on prime time. Good luck.